Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you isn't a motivational quote, it's a wake-up call. There comes a point in life where you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I living on purpose, or am I living by accident? Most people drift. They get pushed around by opinions, trends, and distractions. Meanwhile, the few who win, the ones who build extraordinary lives, are laser-focused. They know exactly who they are, what they want, and what they're willing to sacrifice to get it. It's time to stop treating your life like it's cheap. You're not some discount item on a clearance rack. Your time, your energy, your dreams, they're priceless, but here's the problem. If you don't value yourself, nobody else will. The world takes its cues from you. If you walk like you're unsure, if you talk like you're average, if you live like your goals are negotiable, guess what? People will treat you that way. Focus changes everything. When you lock in on a mission, distractions become irrelevant, gossip becomes noise, procrastination feels like poison, your mind shifts from I hope to I will. You start making decisions that align with your future, not your fears. But valuing yourself, that's the foundation. That's where you draw the line and say, I refuse to waste my potential. I refuse to be surrounded by people who don't believe in me. I refuse to settle for mediocrity. The day you start believing that your life matters is the day your life begins to change. You want respect, earn it from yourself first. You want success, prioritize your growth. You want peace, cut off anything that steals your mental space. Protect your mind like it's a vault. Only let in things that strengthen you. There's an unstoppable version of you waiting on the other side of discipline. A version that is sharper, tougher, and more confident than anything you've ever seen. But you will never meet that version if you keep giving your focus to nonsense and your energy to people who don't deserve it. So today, draw a line. Decide that your future is non-negotiable. Decide that you will no longer apologize for wanting more. Decide that your goals deserve your attention, your commitment, and your full potential. Because the moment you focus and truly value yourself, your life stops being accidental and starts becoming intentional. The clock is ticking, your dreams are calling, it's time to focus, it's time to value yourself, it's time to become who you were meant to be. Thank you, value yourself or others never will. This statement sounds simple, but it carries a weight that most people overlook. The world doesn't hand out respect, admiration, or opportunity blindly. It responds to signals, your tone, your posture, your decisions, and your standards. When you walk into a room with uncertainty, people sense it. When you speak without conviction, people hear it. When you treat your time and potential like they are negotiable, the world treats you accordingly. Value is never declared, it is demonstrated, and the way you treat yourself sets the tone for how everyone else treats you. Think about the people you admire, the ones who stand out in any environment. It's not always because they're the smartest or the most skilled. It's because they carry themselves like someone who knows they belong in the conversation. They don't wait for permission to matter. They don't shrink themselves to fit someone else's insecurity. They don't apologize for wanting better, doing better, or expecting better. They show the world that their time, their voice, and their existence carry weight. That confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from a decision to value themselves before anyone else ever did. Most people make the mistake of waiting. They wait for a boss to recognize their work, a partner to appreciate their efforts, a friend to validate their dreams. They wait for applause before they step on stage. They think value is something earned from others, when in reality it begins internally. If you treat yourself like an afterthought, others will too. If you tolerate disrespect, it becomes normal. If you allow people to cross boundaries, they will continue to do so. Life doesn't adjust to what you deserve. It adjusts to what you accept. Self-value is not arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing you are not less than anyone. It's refusing to play small in order to make others comfortable. It's recognizing that your dreams matter, your ideas matter, your voice matters. It's choosing not to betray yourself for approval or convenience. When you value yourself, you invest in your growth. You become selective about the people you allow into your life. You stop entertaining conversations that drain you. You stop chasing validation from those who don't see your worth. You begin to behave like someone whose future is worth protecting. Look at your behavior. It reveals everything. How you speak to yourself, how you manage your time, how you react to challenges, these are all indicators of how much you value yourself. If you constantly criticize yourself, you teach your mind that you are not enough. If you waste your time on distractions, you signal that your goals are optional. If you avoid opportunities because you're afraid of failure, you instruct the world that you're not ready for more. Self-value is built through decisions. The decision to get serious, the decision to grow, the decision to stop negotiating with excuses. People love to talk about respect. They want others to see their greatness, to recognize their effort, to admire their hustle. But respect starts at home. If you overextend yourself, if you say yes to what you don't want, if you fight for relationships where you're treated like an option, your actions scream that your value is discounted. You can't expect full price respect when you treat yourself like a clearance item. Every time you lower your standards, you confirm to the world that they were never solid to begin with. Self-value shows up in your boundaries. If you allow others to waste your time, you are saying your time isn't valuable. If you allow disrespect, you are saying your dignity is negotiable. If you stay where you are not appreciated, you are telling the world that your presence is cheap. Boundaries are not walls, they are filters. They separate what strengthens you from what weakens you. When you value yourself, you no longer fear losing people. You fear losing your identity, your purpose, your potential. And once you make that shift, the entire world treats you differently. You will notice something interesting when you start valuing yourself. Some people will become uncomfortable, not because you've changed into someone difficult, but because they benefited when you didn't know your worth. They liked you apologizing for being ambitious. They liked you doubting your abilities. They liked you quiet, compliant, and uncertain. The moment you start valuing yourself, the rules change. You stop being available for conversations that go nowhere, for people who drain you, for environments that shrink you. You start investing your energy where it multiplies. Self-value also affects how you dream. Dreams are only as powerful as the person pursuing them. If you don't believe you deserve success, you will sabotage yourself before you ever get close to it. You will procrastinate, hesitate, delay, and excuse your way out of progress. You will accept crumbs while craving a feast. You will tolerate average even though something inside you knows you were created for more. Valuing yourself means giving your dreams the level of commitment they deserve. It means showing up even when no one's cheering. It means betting on yourself before anyone else does. And here is what many people don't realize: value attracts value. When you value your time, opportunities appear. When you value your growth, mentors show up. When you value your standards, relationships improve. You don't have to chase respect when you embody it. You don't have to beg for attention when you operate with intention. You don't have to force your presence when your actions speak louder than your insecurities. People gravitate toward confidence, clarity, and conviction. They sense authenticity. They sense purpose. They sense identity. And those qualities are born from self-value. Take a look at your life and identify what contradicts your worth. Are you surrounded by people who inspire you or drain you? Are you feeding your mind with knowledge or numbing it with distractions? Are your habits aligned with the person you want to become, or are they keeping you trapped in who you used to be? Your environment reflects your self-value. If you tolerate chaos, you are telling yourself you don't deserve peace. If you tolerate mediocrity, you are announcing that excellence is optional. If you tolerate fear, you are sabotaging your courage. Every choice you make declares what you believe about yourself. Value yourself or others never will. This is not a slogan, it's a law. You cannot demand from the world what you refuse to give yourself. The moment you raise your standards, everything in your life recalibrates. People either rise to meet you or fall away. Doors open or close based on your posture. The universe responds when you take yourself seriously. When you finally understand that your worth is not a negotiation, everything changes. Focus turns dreams into direction. Most people have dreams, big ones. They want wealth, freedom, respect, power, impact, influence. They imagine a lifestyle filled with choices and opportunities, but the reason their dreams never materialize is simple. Dreams without focus are fantasies. They exist only in conversations, daydreams, and late-night thoughts. Focus is the bridge between imagination and execution. It takes the abstract and makes it tangible. It transforms vague desires into strategic action. Focus is the difference between wishing for success and building it brick by brick. Dreams are cheap. Everyone has them, but focus, that's rare. Focus is resistance against every distraction trying to pull you away from your destiny. It is war against comfort, convenience, and instant gratification. It's the daily battlefield where you decide whether you're serious about your future or merely flirting with it. Without focus, energy is scattered. Ideas stay ideas, plans evaporate, time slips through your fingers, you become busy but not productive, active but not advancing, ambitious but not achieving. Focus is the multiplier that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. A focused person becomes dangerous, not because they possess more talent, but because nothing gets in their way. When someone is focused, they stop explaining themselves. They stop defending their dreams. They stop seeking validation from people who don't even value their own lives. They move differently, they talk less, they execute more. They understand something the unfocused world ignores. You cannot do everything and expect to be great. Greatness requires sacrifice. It demands the elimination of what doesn't align with the mission. It forces you to choose what matters and ruthlessly dismiss what doesn't. Focus gives clarity. It exposes the necessary path. When your mind knows exactly where it's going, decisions become easier. You stop wondering what's next because the next step reveals itself. You stop comparing yourself to others because comparison is a distraction. You stop second guessing because doubt thrives in confusion. Focus gives you direction. Direction gives you confidence. Confidence gives you momentum, and momentum creates results. Results, in turn, feed belief. And belief turns average individuals into unstoppable forces. Look at people who drift through life. They hop from one idea to another, one job to another, one goal to another. Their identity changes weekly. One day they want to start a business, the next they want to become famous, then they want to quit everything because it's too hard. Their dreams are loud, but their discipline is silent. Their desires are strong, but their attention is weak. Without focus, they live in a loop. Excited today, frustrated tomorrow, regretful forever. The truth is, life will always present you with distractions. They come disguised as entertainment, excuses, relationships, social media, pointless arguments, temporary pleasures, and the opinions of people who are not moving anywhere. Distractions don't just steal time, they steal potential. They rob you of energy, clarity, and direction. The battle for focus is not fought once, it's fought daily. Every day you ask yourself, am I moving closer to my purpose, or am I sabotaging it by feeding distractions? Focus is not just doing more, it's doing less of what doesn't matter. It's prioritizing the mission over mood. It's understanding that feelings are temporary, but purpose is permanent. Focus doesn't care if you're tired, bored, or uninspired. It demands consistency, it demands repetition, it demands sacrifice when no one is watching. The champions of any field are not always the most gifted. They are the most focused. They eliminate noise. They refine their craft, they endure boredom, they stay committed long after excitement disappears. When a person focuses, their identity changes. They stop using phrases like one day, I hope, or maybe. They start speaking with intention, I will, I am, I'm building, I'm becoming. Focus reshapes the mind, it removes hesitation, it turns fear into fuel, it teaches discipline, it forces growth. You become someone with a mission, not someone chasing moments. A mission-driven person cannot be distracted by gossip, envy, or criticism. They don't measure progress by applause. They measure it by alignment. Does this action serve the goal? Focus doesn't ignore challenges. It embraces them. Every obstacle becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes data. Every failure becomes feedback. With focus, nothing is wasted. You start to see patterns, you connect dots, you develop instincts, you move from reacting to anticipating, you evolve from participant to strategist. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. A focused person understands something crucial. Growth is invisible before it's visible. They know the roots grow before the fruit shows. They trust the process. Focus also reveals who belongs in your life. When you get serious about your goals, certain people disappear, not because you cut them off, but because your direction exposes their stagnation. People who don't respect your time will resent your discipline. People without ambition will mock your seriousness. People with no goals will fear your clarity. The moment you focus, you become a mirror that reflects others' lack of commitment. It's uncomfortable for them, but necessary for you. Focus creates identity. When you commit to one path long enough, you become known for something. People take you seriously. Opportunities come your way. Resources align. The world respects those who demonstrate direction. You can't be everywhere and win. You can't be everyone and succeed. You must choose. You must commit. You must narrow your energy until it becomes a laser, powerful enough to cut through resistance and reach the destination. Dreams mislead people because they feel so real. Focus is what converts those feelings into results. Without focus, dreams create fantasy. With focus, dreams create destiny. Every invention, every empire, every breakthrough, every legend began with someone who focused while others wandered. Someone who ignored noise while others chased validation. Someone who sacrificed comfort for purpose. Your life changes the moment your focus becomes stronger than your excuses. The moment your priorities become non-negotiable. The moment your goals become urgent, not optional. The moment you stop waiting for perfect conditions and start working with what you have. Focus does not require ideal circumstances. It only requires a decision to stop scattering your energy and start channeling it. Focus is not a personality trait. It's a discipline you build. It's a muscle that strengthens through repetition. The more you focus, the clearer life becomes. The clearer life becomes, the more powerful you feel. The more powerful you feel, the faster you progress. The faster you progress, the sooner your dreams evolve into direction. Focus is the quiet force that turns potential into proof. It doesn't shout. It doesn't brag. It doesn't seek attention. It works, it builds, it accumulates, and one day, while others talk about what they wish they had, the focused person steps into exactly what they were willing to sacrifice for. Protect your time like it's treasure. Time is the one resource you can never buy back, rewind, or replace. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose relationships and rebuild them. But once a second, a minute, an hour is gone, it's gone forever. That's why successful people obsess over where their time goes, while the rest of the world treats it like it's worthless. They understand that time is not just a measurement of life, it is the currency of achievement. Everything you want, wealth, fitness, mastery, influence, fulfillment, requires time. If you do not protect it, you are willingly giving away the very thing your future depends on. Most people don't value their time because it doesn't come with a price tag. If every hour of your life had a bill attached to it, you would suddenly become very cautious about how you spend it. Imagine if someone charged you money for every pointless conversation, every hour wasted scrolling, every day spent procrastinating, every time you said yes to something that didn't help you grow. You'd be broke instantly. Yet people give away their time for free every single day and then complain about lack of progress. The truth is, you're not out of opportunities, you're out of time. Opportunities are everywhere, but without time to commit to them, they mean nothing. Protecting your time starts with understanding its worth. Ask yourself, what is an hour of your life worth? Not based on your current income, but based on your potential. If your future is worth millions, then every wasted hour is costing you more than you can imagine. The person who treats their time casually will live a casual life. The person who treats their time seriously will build something that outlives them. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone is given the same 24 hours. The difference is not in how much time you have, but in how you use it. Winners don't have more time, they have more discipline. Distractions are the enemy of time. They don't always appear as temptations. Sometimes they come disguised as responsibilities, people, or harmless entertainment. The world is engineered to steal your attention. Notifications, trends, endless content, meaningless drama. They are designed to consume your time without adding value. If someone can control your time, they control your life. And the more distracted you are, the easier you are to control. Protecting your time requires more than awareness. It demands courage, courage to say no, courage to walk away, courage to prioritize your future over temporary pleasure. Look at your circle. Some people don't respect their own time, so they will never respect yours. They want you available whenever they're bored. They expect instant replies, immediate attention, and constant entertainment. They will drag you into conversations that don't matter, debates that solve nothing, and problems that are not yours. If you allow it, they will consume hours of your life and leave you with nothing to show for it. Protecting your time means creating boundaries. Not because you're rude, but because you understand the value of your mission. If someone gets offended because you're disciplined with your time, that person never respected your goals to begin with. Your habits reveal how much you value your time. Procrastination is not laziness, it's disrespect toward your own potential. Every time you delay what you know you should do, you're telling yourself that your goals can wait, your dreams can wait, your future can wait. But time doesn't wait. Time punishes those who hesitate. While you think you have years, your competition is moving, improving, building. The gap widens not because they are better, but because they refuse to waste time. Momentum is built through consistency, and consistency requires time. You can't become exceptional working only when you feel like it. Your dreams demand scheduled effort, not emotional effort. Protecting your time also means understanding priorities. Not everything deserves your attention. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every invitation deserves a yes. People who fail are not always incompetent. Many are simply overcommitted. They say yes to everything and accomplish nothing. They try to please everybody and end up pleasing nobody. Time is finite, and every commitment you make is a withdrawal from your future. Choose carefully. If something doesn't align with your goals, it's a distraction. If it doesn't grow you, it slows you. If it doesn't build you, it drains you. Your calendar tells the truth about your life. If it is filled with tasks that don't lead you anywhere, don't expect to arrive anywhere meaningful. Protecting your time requires discipline with technology. Your phone is a tool or a trap depending on how you use it. People lose years to screens without realizing it. Hours disappear into content that adds nothing to their life. They consume others' achievements instead of building their own. Every scroll is a choice, your future or someone else's highlight reel. The average person wastes thousands of hours on digital distractions and wonders why life hasn't changed. The ones who rise treat their attention like sacred territory. They use technology strategically, not emotionally. Time protection also involves eliminating excuses. Excuses are time thieves. They justify stagnation. They create comfort in avoidance. They disguise fear as logic. People say, "I don't have time." But what they really mean is, "I don't value this enough to prioritize it." There is never a shortage of time, only a shortage of focus. The same individuals who claim they don't have time for self-improvement have hours for entertainment, gossip, and mindless habits. They don't lack time, they lack urgency. When something matters, you make time. When it doesn't, you make excuses. Protecting your time means knowing where it's being leaked. Every leak may seem small, a little distraction here, a pointless commitment there, but over time they add up. You don't go bankrupt from one big expense, you go bankrupt from careless spending. The same applies to time. Winners pay attention to the minutes, not just the hours. They understand compound interest, not just in money, but in time. Small, consistent investments of time create massive long-term results. 10 minutes of learning daily becomes wisdom. 30 minutes of exercise becomes strength. 1 hour of focused work becomes progress. Time compounds, but only when protected. You become powerful when you stop giving your time away casually. You become dangerous when you decide that your future is worth protecting. You evolve when you realize that every moment stolen by distraction is a moment stolen from your potential. Time is not just ticking, it's speaking. Every second asks, "What are you doing with me?" And your answer determines your destiny.